Welcome back to our live show. You know, mac and cheese is an all-time favorite comfort food. Well, for today's recipe, we're here in the Virginia This Morning kitchen, adding a twist to the classic creation with the addition of pimento cheese. And South Hill, Virginia entrepreneur Robin Allen knows a thing or two about pimento cheese. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
I can say pimento cheese really is your life, isn't it?
It is really my life. We're endlessly curious about what we can do with pimento cheese, with cheese, sharp cheddar cheese and mayonnaise. We really like it.
And yours is kind of less mayonnaise than most.
It's a lot less mayonnaise. We were big on the cheese and the flavor, and not as much on the mayonnaise. You know, of course, you've got to have a mayonnaise in there, but sometimes it just gets over mayonnaise or overworked. And for us, we were big on the flavor, big on the sharp cheddar cheese. So it's a cheese product more than it's got a lot of that flavor to it. So you're not bland and flat. It's a very strong flavor.
So it makes sense that you would use pimento cheese to make your mac and cheese.
Absolutely. It does a beautiful job with it, actually.
So where do we start with the recipe?
Well, we're going to start with a roux. Now, roux it sounds difficult, but it's really not. It's just equal parts butter and flour. I'm going to get that in our pan.
And are you going to do a light roux or a dark roux?
Well, very good. See, look at you telling everybody all the things that you know. We're just going to kind of get it started. We're going to probably go for a nice medium roux.
So like a caramel brown.
Like a little caramel brown. And just like I said, it's the kind of thing that as the roux gets darker, it gives you more flavor. And as that's doing its thing, which it's gotten real dark real fast, we're going to start adding some chicken stock.
It knows we're cooking for TV.
It knows we're cooking for TV. That's absolutely right. And you're really just going to stir. Stirring is the key at this stage of the game. You just want to keep it stirring. And it's going to give you a little bit of thickening agent there. As it gets a little darker, the darker it is, the more flavor it's going to impart in it. The butter is going to give it a nice nutty flavor.
It smells fabulous already.
It's already smelling good. The chicken stock, I use chicken stock. If you're vegetarian, you can use a vegetable stock just as easily. You can use milk if you prefer that. I think the chicken stock gives it a nice flavor. And you can see how that's all just sort of stirring around there. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a full tub of our garlic Parmesan pimento cheese. And then that's just going to melt. And this is 8 ounces.
And you have so many different flavors of your pimento cheese.
We do. We have 6. Well, right now I'm running 6 flavors. We do 5 flavors year round. And then for the holidays, we've got a smoked Gouda with roasted red pepper. Now, it sounds like it's a hot flavor because it says roasted and red and smoked, but it actually is a very mellow flavor. That smoked Gouda just gives it a nice, it tastes like, people will say that they think it tastes like it has bacon in it, but it actually doesn't, so it's still vegetarian.
That's the smokiness.
It's the smokiness. I put a smoked paprika in there, so that really gets it just that good, yummy kind of flavor. So if you've got a vegetarian in the house who's always sort of saying, well, stop serving me salads, you can do this.
Yeah. What exactly is a pimento?
A pimento is it's just a regular pepper. It's the lowest pepper on the Scoville scale, so it's a very, very mild pepper. So you don't have a whole lot of heat when you're talking about a pimento. It's a lot of decoration, and it does impart some flavor to it, but there's not a lot of heat there.
And I like this because if you're using the flavor of pimentos, it adds the flavor to the mac and cheese.
It absolutely does. And you can use any flavor, any of our flavors in this to your own taste. I like the garlic Parmesan because it just has a nice flavor with the pasta. But if you like heat, if you like the jalapeno, you can certainly do it that way, depending on what your tolerance level is.
Right.
So you can see as it's melted down, you've got a nice little cheese sauce there. And now I'm just going to add the noodles.
That was simple.
It's so simple, so simple.
Why did you decide you wanted to make a business out of pimento cheese?
Well, we started this as a hobby. Like all good things, you start off as just a hobby, just something that you're doing because you enjoy it. At the time, we started this in 2014, and at the time we were running a successful printing company in South Hill, Virginia. And we were going to our local farmers market on Saturdays for something to just do. Our daughter had just gone to college, and you don't want to be bored. And so in 2015, we had the opportunity to sell that business, and so we were able to move right straight into this.
Something's a little bit more fun.
Something is, it's a little more. It's just a little different, and it's been so enjoyable because we've had an opportunity to meet people and do things in ways that we never have before.
And then all you do is plate it up and
then
eat
you
it.
just plate it up.
And here comes Jessica.
I can stand it no longer. I had
and
to
Nikki
be in
D.
here by the pimento cheese.
Oh,
And look how
absolutely.
gooey and ooey that
See,
is.
it
I
really
love
got
it.
gooey.
Excited.
And then, of
Come on
course,
over.
we've got the regular ways to serve pimento cheese.
Yep.
At the party cheese, we call it.
Party cheese.
And
do the
everybody
judge of
has
that.
their own recipe, but yours enhances it a little bit.
It does enhance it a little bit, and you can even if you make your own at home, you'll enjoy adding ours to the table because it's just something. Just it adds a little more to it. Those are phyllo cups. Here you go. These are phyllo
thank
cups
you.
with our classic
yes,
in
they
there,
are.
and that is a hot pepper jelly on top of it.
Well, thank
Delicious.
you.
Here we have the green olive and the
Pickles.
yeah, we got a sweet pickle on that
Robin
jalapeno.
Allen from Birdie's. Thanks so much for joining
Yum.
us today.